Okay, scholars, it's time for my favorite part of the lesson, our read aloud. We're going to read chapter 9 of each tiny spark today. As we read, I want you to continue thinking about the relationship between Amelia and her father and how it's growing throughout the story. Okay? Chapter 9. I get to the auto shop and Senor Orestes tells me that my dad is out back working on the car. I can see a slight look of concern on his face. Senor Orestes and my dad have always gotten along. They both share a love of soccer, though they have serious disagreements about which club is better. Gus's family is from Guadalajara, Mexico. His dad is a Chivas fanatic. That's the Guadalajara team. Pah, my dad said once during a disagreement with Gus's dad at our house. No way they're better. Never been downgraded to second tier, Senor Orestes says. And the winningest record. And homegrown talent. Here he goes, my dad said, waiting for Gus's dad to list all the great international players. Carlos Vela, Marco Fabian, Omar Bravo. Oh boy, I remember Gus saying, don't get my dad started on Omar Bravo. All-time leading soccer star, played at the Deportivo de la Coruña in Gallica. Played for Kansas City MLS team. Homegrown talent. From where, hijo? Senor Orestes pointed to Gus like a wizard, casting a really intense spell. Guadalajara. Orale! Gus's dad lived in Alabama from the time he was a teenager. His parents moved to the States in the 80s and worked in the chicken plants. When he was going to start college, his parents got sick and they had to leave school. He had a knack for painting and wound up working at a paint and auto body shop for most of his life. He could have been a painter, Gus said, like a legit artist. I've seen his work, I told him. He's amazing. Most of Gus's aunts and uncles live in Mexico now. They visit family in Guadalajara every year. But Gus tells me that his dad never wanted to move back. Me gusta este país, he said, referring to the United States, and I found your mother here. They're so corny, Gus said. My dad calls my mom La Paloma and then sings Cucara, Paloma to her any chance he gets. That's sweet. Not when your dad sounds more like a crow than a dove. You should go talk to your dad, mija, Senor Orestes says. Parece que lo necesita. What do I talk to him about? You'll think of something, he says. And when he does talk, listen. I nod. Like Senor Orestes said, my dad is in the back lot working by himself. He's doing the same thing still, trying to fit the door frame and sheet metal together. Dust kicks up from my feet as I walk along the gravel. I set my backpack down next to an old tractor tire and take the book I checked out from the library. When I look up, Poppy is moving the sheet metal to the workbench. He clamps down the metal and switches on the welder. He moves to the supply shed right next to me. Oh, hey, Amelia, he said. Back from school? Library? Good day. He digs around in the shed. After a few minutes, he emerges with a pair of tools I don't recognize. I think I chose my tour sites, I tell him. What's that now? My social studies project topic. It's tourism guide for Maryville. Great, he says, walking back to the workbench like he's not really listening. Hey, Poppy. I try to think of a memory that might make him smile, or at least listen. He turns his head, which is fitted in the welding helmet, visor up so I can see his stubbly face. Yeah. You remember when I was in third grade at the school assembly and the principal called me up to the stage and said someone special was there to see me? I get closer, the bullet clutched to my chest. Well, I continue, when I turned around, you were there, standing in your blue coat and white pants, and you were smiling from ear to ear. I didn't even wait for the principal to stop talking. I ran as fast as I could and jumped into your arms, and you swung me around and around. Poppy nods, but didn't say anything. He offers the saddest smile I've ever seen. His body kind of sags the way a tractor tire slowly deflates when you let the air out of it. That was the best time I've ever had at a school assembly, Poppy, I said. I hand him up the book. He takes it and inspects. You like the Shelby? He asks, looking at the book instead of me. Yeah, I tell him, but it's broken down. Just need some TLC, that's all. Is it going to stay the color, or are you going to paint it silver like the one in the book cover? My dad's face relaxes. You don't like it? It's the color of a dirty olive. He laughs. Don't hate on the Green Hornet. It's a 1968 Shelby Mustang, freshest car ever. I like the snake on the side. Poppy nods. The Cobra is pretty sick. He reads the page in the book I gave him. You know, if you want to stick around and help, you can, if you want to. Stop and jot. What do you think will happen to the relationship between Amelia and her dad while she's helping him work on the car?